Every seeker longs for a path that is both ancient and personal. The sacred cord is that path. It is not a rosary of repetition, but a journey of awakening, bead by bead, step by step. And today we begin. We see the full cycle of the cord, honor the teacher who gave us this practice, and then we will walk the first path together, slowly, one bead at a time. The sacred cord is woven of 7 great paths. Each path holds lessons, trials, and mysteries. Together they form the cycle of the soul's journey. When you tie, these are decorative but have meaning. I put a knot between each of the large beads. I also knot either side of the small beads because I prefer it that way, but you could put knots between each of the smaller beads depending on your skill and, in my case, your patience. But you do need to knot between each of the sections because it seals this as you move through the journey. The sacred cord is woven of 7 great paths. Each path holds lessons, trials, and mysteries. Together they form the cycle of the soul's journey. In the first path, we have white, gold, and red. These are the spark, the soul, and the self. In the second path, we have the 7 greens, the many aspects of life and their rich harmony, along with the larger bead, which is recollection of the previous path before moving on. The third path are the 5 blues, the tests of mind and spirit and the wisdom they bring, with the larger bead again to reflect before moving on. The fourth path are the 3 golds, the trials of truth and their mastery, with their accompanying larger bead. The 5th path are the 5 reds, the lived lessons of joy, pain, and their mastery. The 6th path are the 4 elements and the black bead of mystery, shadow, and wholeness. And the 7th path, green, gold, and white, balance, awareness, and the divine spark realized. This is the map before us, the spiral of becoming, from spark to realization, from self to wholeness. The sacred cord was given to the world through the work of Dolores Ashcroft-Nowicki, one of the great teachers of the Western mystery tradition in the 20th century. Within the Servants of Light, she offered this as a meditative path, a way to walk bead by bead into greater awareness of the soul. I want to acknowledge her directly. This practice exists because of her vision, and we walk it with gratitude and respect. Yet every living practice must also breathe. My own path, like many of yours, is not bound to one school. It reaches into Gnostic insight, pagan ritual, tantric practice, and the mystical threads that are alive in our time. So what you will find here is faithful to Dolores' original intent, but expanded. Sophia as divine wisdom, the 4 elements as living powers, the oversoul as eternal, ever-changing guide and consciousness, This is not to alter the heart of her work, but to let it to live, grow and serve seekers today. In this way, we both honour the lineage and walk the path as our own. Before we begin the first path, we open in prayer. You may choose to set the ritual space by whatever practice it is that you use. Choose the words that resonate with you. Both of the invocation forms we use are given here. Both are true. The invocation from the lineage is, "By this cord I mark the journey of my soul. By each bead I seek wisdom within. Let my heart be still, my mind attentive, that spirit may guide me in truth and in love." There is the invocation to Sophia. "Hail, Sophia, mother of light, who gathered sparks into the deep. Awaken in me the flame that remembers. Guide my steps along the path, that I may weave shadow into wisdom and return whole to the source." The first bath is the foundation. 3 beads, 3 mysteries. White is the primal spark, your fragment of divine light. Gold is your oversoul, your higher self, your ground of enlightened being. This is your eternal, ever-changing individuality within the whole. And red, this is the personality. This is your embodied self in this life. Rather than rushing, we spend one day with each bead. 3 beads, 3 days, 3 reflections. This is your initiation into the cord, done through your practice. The white bead is the spark. The Gnostics called it the fragment of Sophia. Pagans knew it as the divine fire, the starlight within the soul. The light has become a crown around my head, for the light is with me, and I myself am with the light. From the Pistis Sophia. Within each breath, whisper within yourself, "I am a spark of the divine." And with each out-breath, imagine the spark shining in your chest. I am a spark of the divine. After meditation, write in your journal, where do I feel this spark within me? How does it want to shine? See the light within you and nurture it with each breath. This is your inner treasure, This is your divine heritage. And when you have sufficiently done this, close with dedications or prayers of conclusion and do something else. On day 2, we move to the gold bead. This is your true self, what some may call the oversoul in the Western tradition, or your inner Buddha. Your eternal self that weaves through many lifetimes. The light bringer within that learns, remembers, carries wisdom across the ages. In the Western mystery schools of the early 20th century, the idea of the oversoul was often described as a higher spiritual layer, something above the personality, linking us to a universal source. Yet when we look through the wider lenses of Tantra, Dzogchen, and Gnostic spirituality, this picture shifts. Rather than a distant or hierarchical self, what we find is an immediacy, the luminous spark that the Gnostics spoke of, the living current of Shiva and Shakti in Tantra, and the primordial awareness, Rigpa, in Dzogchen. In this broader vision, the oversoul is not a remote stratum to be climbed toward, but the radiant ground already within us, waiting to be remembered, embodied, and lived. Hold the bead. Breathe in. I am an eternal soul, wandering through time. See your present life as one chapter in a vast story. And after meditation, write, what wisdom feels older than this lifetime for me? And how does my soul, however I may see it, whisper to me right now? Write this in your journal. Reflect and close with prayers of thanks or dedications or intentions of conclusion, and rest. On day 3, we do the red bead. The red bead is your personality, the self you are in this body, in this moment. It is sacred, for it is the vessel through which the spark shines in this world. As Dolores Ashcroft-Nowicki taught on this bead, the large red bead is the symbol of your present personality, the latest in a long line of prototypes. Each of them is learning one or more lessons in every lifetime. Never dismiss the personality of being of no importance. Personalities are also a part of the primal energy that ensouled your divine spark in the beginning of time. Remember that in all things, that which is above is mirrored in that which is below. Breathe in. I am here, alive in this moment. Feel the pulse in your heart, the rhythm of your breath. And after the meditation, write, who am I in this life right now? And what gifts and burdens shape my path? With these 3 beads, you have walked the first path: spark, soul, and self. 3 days, 3 meditations, 1 foundation. When you have done that, rest. Give yourself 4 days. And then be ready to move on to the second path, which we will cover in our next episode. The 7 green beads of life's many aspects and the mystery that unites them. If you need the full list of beads for your shopping, they are available on our website with the links in the comments below, as well as a diagram that shows you the arrangement of the beads and a guided step-by-step path as to each of the sections. All of these are available. Until then, let your practice be simple. Return daily to your bead for that day. Hold it, breathe, reflect. The journey has already begun. And remember, when you move on to the next bead, honor the beads before it. Go to them and just stop and reflect. And then move, and then move. And then make that bead the focus of your day, your reflections, your practice. May this journey be easy, and may it be filled with light, discovery, and wisdom.